welcome back to my channel. Today we are finally organising our pantry. So this is the pantry that we have in our unit at the moment. Ever since we moved here, you guys have been so excited for me to organise these smaller spaces, and this pantry is very much, I feel like, a stock standard size pantry for units, smaller homes, and a lot of other homes as well. So I'm really excited to show you guys. This is still a work in progress, so I have ordered some things and we're still going with it, but you can see there's lots of stuff behind me and we're going to do it together. So also please do comment below what you would like to see me organize next. If you want to see like the rest of the kitchen, if you want to see the bathroom, if you want to see linen closet, kids wardrobes, bedroom, anything like that, just let me know in the comments. All right, so I'm going to take you through quickly how I would organize a pantry, and there's a bit of like a logic to it, surprisingly, on how, I guess, especially when you have little kids and things like that, on how you should probably have things in certain order. So I've emptied most of the pantry out for you guys, and I'm going to kind of like go through the products and what's really helpful, and then things that you should be using for different sized pantries. So for example, one of the big ones with any type of pantry is you want to work with the size that you've got. So for example, if you have a long and narrow pantry, you want to have long and narrow containers like this. So this one is perfect and I absolutely love this. You can also use this for like kids, like documents and drawing and coloring in, but I also love it for things like this. This has got my breakfast porridge in it, and I use this for a few different items in this pantry. So I'm going to be taking you through this stuff. This one was from Bunnings actually, but I'll try and remember where everything's from for you as we go. All right, so I've pulled out most of the stuff that we've got in here. I have been playing around with it for a few weeks now when I've had a chance. I have left some things in there that I can't be bothered to move, but you can see this is the size of the pantry that we have. Now, when you're organizing a pantry, you really need to think about usability. So where you need to be reaching often. So things like that are up the top here. You can see I've got flour and pasta. They're things I don't need to reach for every day. So that's why they are up there. And then the same down here. These are more things like sauces, there's canned goods, and at the back, which I'll show you later, is things like rice. But in the middle here, we want to be doing things like your bread and your cereals and snacks for the kids. Things that we reach for every single day, and things like spreads. So that's what we're going to do. So obviously for my kids, I want to make sure they can actually reach their snacks. So that's why I like to use these kind of shelves here. So then they can come in and grab their own things. And it's obviously, then I don't have to be as much of a snack bitch as well. So we're going to start with that. There is things you need to keep in mind when you are organizing a pantry like this. So using containers that work for you, not against you. And this is when I always say, please have a play around with it before you're going out buying stuff. Measure your space, because you don't want to be doing that. And with organizing anything, the first step you need to do is pull out everything in your pantry and then put it into categories. So absolutely everything you have. So you want to put them into snacks, baking goods, spreads, oils. What else do we have? I don't remember. Pastas, breads, like anything like that, spices, you need to put them into the categories. And then you want to decide on your designated shelf. And then from there you can be like, okay, what is going to work best with the space that I've got? And even utilizing things like the door, which I'll be doing in our next vlog, is getting the shelves on, like, stuck to the door so I can actually put the spices in the door so it's not on the shelf, which I haven't been able to do. So things like that. Now, one of the things I've been loving for this pantry is these segmented containers, and they also have wheels underneath. So this is perfect for pretty much any type of storage. Also under the sink, which is really good. But I love that there's like dividers, if you can see there, which I'll show you in a sec, because then you can actually break these up. So in here, I like to have this on our snack shelf because this has my gluten-free stuff, and then my, I'm obsessed with these. They're like the Health Lab wagon wheels. I'm obsessed. And then Ryan's got his tuna there in the middle because they're things that him and I reach for quite a lot just during the day. But these containers, I got it from Kmart, amazing, honestly the best. So this bottom shelf here, we're going to be doing this for, again, items we don't reach for a whole lot. Things like backstock, things like pesto, sauces, we've got cans, and then we've also got rice up the back. But yeah, I've kind of used these dividers in here to break up what's actually in the container. You can again take these out and decide what you want to do, but I want to have rice up the back. I've got cans here, and then these. I would really have to pick and choose what I brought into this home. I did realize how much extra stuff I had in the other pantry because I could. I had a lot more back stock. And then, so down here, I'm also going to put things like our extra milks and things like that. So this is what I'll be using to pop down here. I absolutely love these. They're literally such a good product. Again, you can use them for so many different things, but you can see that like slides in there, and then I've still got this bit of space in here to pop things like packets of pasta or any other back stock. So there is our bottom shelf. So again, pretty simple, nothing too fancy, and I've got a little bit of extra leeway room in the middle there. And then again, this can slide out, this slides out, makes it a lot easier. So I really do recommend those. In my other pantry, I didn't need things like that as much. I used our larger container, which I'll show you in a minute, which I'm still using here. But yeah, you just really got to work with the space that you're given. All right, so this shelf here, I'm gonna have a box of snacks and things for like our bread. I got this basket container from Little Label Co. a long time ago. I used to use this for our like potatoes and things, which I now store in our fridge just to help with storage here. But I'll be using this for bread. So here we have a container. This one is from Little Label Co. here on the left, the little basket looking one. So I used to use that for potatoes, but now I store our potatoes in the fridge. And the one on the right is an IKEA one, which you can also get them now from Kmart and Reject Shop. It's the Verriera tub, and I felt like that still fit fine in here. I probably wouldn't fill up the whole pantry with those here, just because we do need to work with like the longer and skinnier containers to fit a bit more, but it would still work. You could only honestly fit 2 per shelf though. So we've got things like extra snacks for the kids, and then our bread and things like that, like things that we will need to reach for. I did buy a hanging shelf, which we can try out today together and see if we can put the bread in that. We'll see how it works, because I'm not sure. We'll figure it out. All right, now this bad boy. You guys, if you watched my old organisation videos, I will link a few of them below. Having a Lazy Susan in your fridge, your pantry, any corner cupboards is literally going to change your life, because you can actually access things. Because there's nothing worse when you have everything stacked and then you're trying to grab shit and everything falls over and there's like a million curry powders all over the floor. Same with the fridge. I can show you in a sec if I remember. All our like sauces and things that go over in the fridge, we have it on a Lazy Susan because you can just spin it. Obviously in a fridge I wouldn't have this, but this is a 2-tiered one, which is perfect for the shelf up here because this has got a huge gap and we want to be able to utilize space going upwards and also back. So obviously these type of containers down here that have the different compartments is really utilizing like the depth of your shelf, because there's nothing worse. And I do see a lot of people getting these short containers and they're only utilizing the front, which I have had to do with this one, but it's not the best thing. You want something that can really, you can go up, you can go back, you can use like the doors and things like that. So this is gonna have our spreads and our oils that we do reach for majority of the time, until I can put our oils on the door. So this is what we're doing. So this I think was from Amazon. So good. And I love Little Label Co. They have incredible products. And I do have a code, I'm pretty sure, but I'll put it below if I do. I'm the worst bloody YouTuber, but anyway. So I'm gonna pop this in this shelf along with some other bits and pieces. So obviously before you start stocking it up, make sure you can spin it, because there's nothing worse when you have all these heavy jars and you put it too tight and you can't spin it. So just make sure before you start to stock her up, you give her a spin. All right, so what we want to do here when I can get to Kmart is I want to create an extra bit of height here, because we've obviously done it on this side. We needed it on this side because this is where the kids' cereals are going to go. I didn't want to put the kids' cereals in any tubs or anything like that, so I just want it to be really accessible for them. Here's an example of one, but as you can see, I could make her fit, but when I do, I can't spin it. So she's just a bit too big. But otherwise that would have been really good. And then this wouldn't fit underneath there. So I want like a very short one. Another thing you can do is actually use if you have like an old square container. I did this in the old house, so something kind of like this, but shorter. And this can act like a shelf. So if that was a bit bigger, this could hold that as a shelf, which I won't do because she's a bit too skinny. And then this one can go in the front, if that makes sense. So you can see how that's created like a shelf. So all I need to do is find something, even something just around the house, which I'll definitely have, and I can create my own makeshift shelf kind of situation. Because then if I have that makeshift shelf, I could also get another one of the kids' cereal canisters to go there, one there, and then we're using that height. So as you guys can see, these are the two shelves that we reach for a lot. So we want it to be like really user friendly. And then eventually I'll have a attachable shelf on that door where we can put the spices, because right now I don't have anywhere for the spices. I've actually chucked the spices up here, which actually does work okay because the Thermomix is just here. So that's fine for now, or I can leave it like that. But yeah, just kind of have a play, use old containers you guys have, and you can create your own shelving, which is amazing. So this bad boy is from Kmart. We know this, we love this. When I do a full kitchen organization video, I can show you how I use this for other things as well, but things like toys as well. You can also use it for shoes, just depending if it gets smelly or not. So maybe kids' shoes is fine. I also use it for our shopping bags. And then over here, as I said, we've got this divider one for things that we reach for every day. Sorry if my voice is croaky today, guys. I'm a little bit sick. And then here, as you guys saw, we've got our spreads, we've got our vinegars, our oils, and these are the ones that I reach for most times. I do have more, but it's not something I do need often. These are from Pack My Product. They were literally $1 when I got them years and years ago. And then I got the beautiful labels from Little Label Co. And what I love about this is because we all know when you buy oils, they're such big stocky bottles and they take up so much room in your pantry. But if you can store those big bottles even in your garage or under the sink, and then you just fill these up, so your actual pantry, everything's on hand, and you just fill it up as you go, and you're saving so much more space. So I love that. And then down here we have all our spreads and anything like that. So here's a Lazy Susan in our fridge. So as you can see, literally, like, it's just so much more user friendly. So I definitely recommend if you guys get one. This one's from Kmart. I liked it to be clear because it kind of matches obviously the whole fridge feel. All right, I found something for that shelf I was talking about. I'm gonna use this bad boy because I'm actually not using it, and it's like, I think it's perfect, hopefully. We'll have a look. So yeah, I found this other container, so we can use that as our shelf, and it's so much more sturdy. Look at that, perfection, so much better. So yeah, you can see the container there is keeping that one there, and then we've got some space to go up. So I flipped her around because she looks very stable. So what I'm gonna do is put backstock here. So then that's there ready for when we need to refill it. How good is that? That is literally very, very handy. So that thing's from Kmart as well. All right, so let's head up to this last shelf here. All right, so up here, this is kind of like a all over the place kind of shelf, which is fine. So this has got my porridge, got the jelly in there, but then I've used this shelf and that's created heaps more storage for us. So I've got Ryan's extra up and goes that he has, and then I've got the spices on hand that I don't use all the time, and some other things that we use for dinners. So that is that shelf, but you can see how I'm really utilizing as much space as I can by using the depth and also height. And then at the top, we've got the things we don't reach for as much, which I'm gonna do an extra shelf for later as well. So yeah, you can kind of get the gist. And then we've got more of your snacks, some more snacks, some bread, and then, you know, your extra milks and cans, pasta sauces, all that stuff. So these ones I'm pretty sure were from, goodness me, I think they're Little Label Co, I'm pretty sure. These really cute spice containers in these ones, these are Little Label Co as well, and I labeled them. I have heaps of other ones. So all my other spices are here that I use more so for the Thermomix, so I think that actually works good, but I will get them a bit more organized in another container or use some shelving for that. And then I've got my supplements, and then they're the labels for the girls' school stuff. So yeah, it's just really utilizing the space you guys have. And also culling a lot. So when you're doing your, after you put things in categories, make sure you're culling stuff, because you don't need 20 million of each thing. We don't need to do that, so yes. Now there is one thing I bought that I want to try out with you guys now. Hopefully it works. I did look at the measurements, so just hopefully it's not too big, but it will still work with so many other areas of this house. But they're like the under shelves. So I got one of these bad boys. Show if you can see it. So I'm gonna open it up and hopefully it might fit maybe near where the bread is maybe. And then I could use the bread basket for potatoes instead of storing potatoes in the fridge. So we'll see how it works. That's actually really cool. Let's see if it actually fits bread though. I don't know if it's going to, but we can put stuff on here. But this will fit. It's pretty cool. And then we've still got this and this. I think that's pretty good. So yeah, look at that. That's actually really impressive. I'm very happy with that purchase. I forgot to put the sauce up, and I've got one more thing hanging out, so I can put the sauce there. Perfect. And I've got this one all over the place. You can see this has like so much room. There we go. Forgot about those two. Look at that. Perfection. I think that's so much better having that separate, because it was hard to fit more than just one loaf in here. So good. So that's all filled up. I found bicarb soda that I forgot. So I've got some other containers that are just above the fridge right now that I don't really use very much. So I got this out too because I haven't organised it yet. She's pretty much nearly there. I will obviously have more stuff to put up the top, like breadcrumbs and stuff. That will just have to be another time. But I'm actually really happy with how it's gone. And we are done. So she's still a small work in progress because it's me, but I'm really, really happy with how she's turned out. I feel like we've done a really good job. Go team, we did it together. But yes, I hope you guys got some good tips and hacks, and I will be doing a proper full kitchen organization vlog as well, which shows you how I organize under the sink, drink bottles, like everything else in this kitchen as well. But yes, please do comment below which area you would like me to do next, if you want me to finish the kitchen, or I can do linen closet, whatever you want. But yes, I hope you enjoyed, and please don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys on Monday. Bye.